using on it to hide weapons or drugs. This inmate is new to Pendleton and Mize's strict policies.
Did you know there was a rule against having those hung out?
I don't have the rules. I just got here.
Can't have that stuff hanging, right?
The inmate learns quickly that Mize doesn't relax the rules for anyone. From G House, Superintendent Mize moves on to H House. This unit is also on lockdown because inmates resisted orders to return to their cells after meals and recreation.
Let me see your remote control there. Your remote control? Let me have it. You know that's against the rules here. Thank you.
Here, he finds more inmates with banned objects in their cells.
Why do you have a clothesline up? Take it down. You know you have to follow all the rules.
The 5'5" superintendent is in a constant power struggle with inmates.
Hey, young man. I'm Priveledged Light. Cuff him up.
This is Kevin Williams. He's serving 60 years for murder. He's challenging Mize's authority.
I don't jump when you say jump. You know, you don't talk to me like that. I don't have to drop what I'm doing. You just jump up there and grab it.
That's the problem with a lot of them, is the control.
Bring him down to
And especially when you be black. They love nothing more than to tell a black man what to do. That's what all the boy shit was about and everything. See, the incompleteness that's obvious to these men without melanin that they're confronted with when they look into the face of a black man shows you just how bitch made they are. Because they always want to go trying to enforce some erratical behavior of control must be implemented whenever they stand in the presence of a black man and they be melanin recessive. This is a big problem on earth. That's why so many of us end up in prison, because of their knowledge of their state of inferiority when they get around us. That's the real truth about it. Because we are the God man that can see, look how mean he is. See? And then this is what's wrong with them Latinos. They want to be white to please the white man, but deep inside they are aware of the damage that they did to themselves by giving up their melanin. So they hate the brothers that still have theirs. They have the same hatred of blackness that the white man does. And they're even worse because they know their melanin recessive is self-inflicted.
Body armor.
And they try to be white as they can. And the white man don't want to do shit but use your dumb ass.
He's refusing to come out.
That's the reason he gave him that job, because all the Latinos and the blacks is in the prison.
Responsibilities. Number one, man.
They always use blacks and Latinos to kill blacks and Latinos.
Number two person.
An officer videotapes the entire operation as evidence no inmates were beaten or abused.
The whole fact of being incarcerated is being beaten and
In the
abused.
past, many inmates tried to sue the prison after an extraction, but so far, none have won their case.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. The man was already in his own cell, so there was no need for the extraction. The extraction is just a nice word for he got his ass beat because we forced him into a circumstances that pissed his ass off, and eventually we pushed him too far, like our objective and our motive was. So listen, why would you extract him from one room that he's already locked up in? What is the reason he can't just keep his ass locked up in there? That's my whole point. See? See, this is all about violence. He was already restrained. So where do they need to take him that's more important than where he was already restrained at? Think about that. It's all about control and violence. You're going to have to be in compliance, boy. That's all it is. You see, I left the sound off so you can see what is really going on without some narrator telling you what you're looking at. Without him telling you what you're looking at, it's obvious what you're looking at. You're looking at a bunch of white men harassing a black man, walking him around naked with the sun seeing it all. And you see the sunlight saying, I see it all. I see it all. I see what you've been doing. I've been watching you forever. Now this is the embarrassment that they're going to put this man through. After they've already taken everything away from him. His whole life and every damn thing. And there's the sun. It said always here. You see it's green, just like I told you. You're going to see it's going to always be green. Because I'm in control of it. What I mean is it does what I ask it to. It's in control of me, but I'm real cool with it. And I'm going to use it to kill a lot of you white men because this is the shit that you're always up to. And you have ruined this planet with the help of people like his ass. And know this, these circumstances you see these men going through, right on the other side, they probably got the women going through the same shit. Except the man in there is raping them, making them give head, prostituting their asses out, you name it. It's all going on. It's all going on. If they make these men have homosexual relationships with each other, you can believe it's worse in the woman's dorm where she's got vaginas, plus an anus, plus breasts, and plus a mouth. Oh, it's really going on over there. You better believe it. And that's what it's all about, control. That's what it's all about, control. Making you do what they want you to do. So there's no sense in being mad at me for pointing it all out. Everybody needs to just wake up and see the true dynamics of our world for what it is. That's all.
Attention.
But for some, the incentives don't work. Breon Yarborough is one of them. He's known as Chi-Town.
I grew up in Chicago, gangbanger. So crime wasn't really nothing to me.
He's serving life for strangling two men. He's been busted for trying to smuggle cocaine into prison.
I should have been in prison. I should have been dead a long time ago. So if this ain't saving me, it's saving somebody else. If I was out still on the street, I probably would have killed somebody else.
For Chi-Town and inmates like him, serving their sentences means doing hard time. But chaos can still erupt without warning. Up next, the prison faces a worst-case scenario when two inmates vanish. Then, officers storm a cell block to send inmates a warning. And later,
I'm Michelle, I'll be your parole officer.
a dangerous criminal goes back to the streets.
He is classified as a violent sexual predator.
Yeah. This is bad.
Worked at Pendleton for 30 years, and once took 20 stitches to the head after an assault by an inmate.
I got a private call on my cell phone, and they said they'd bring me up here to see my boyfriend.
Today, Raines is interrogating a woman who came to visit her boyfriend in prison. During a routine search, or pat-down, security found two suspicious packages she was trying to smuggle into the visiting room.
I can tell you what it is right now. Marijuana. You didn't make up the packages, huh? This is tobacco. Feels like rolling papers. You realize that bringing this stuff in is a felony?
Raines calls state police to arrest the woman. But his investigation inside prison walls is just beginning.
While we were interviewing her, her boyfriend was calling her on her cell phone. You could hear her phone vibrating. And he'd actually text messaged her and asked her what's going on.
That means that her inmate boyfriend has a cell phone. And they are strictly forbidden.
Stupid ass. He got a call.
Cell phones can be used to make drug deals or intimidate witnesses. Raines sends officers to find the boyfriend and his illegal phone.
We're searching him right now and another inmate that she gave us a name for, and we're searching both of them right now for phones. She had a lot of information she'd like to give up, but the bottom line is...
See, I'm going to tell you what they do. They get those low self-esteem girls who nobody want, and they go out there and make them think that they are all interested in them and that they love them because they know they're easily encourageable, you know. And so they that's what they do. I mean, now look at him. He's not smart enough to realize that by having her bring him some stupid ass tobacco and some weed, he'd have made her a feloness now, and she's on her way to prison. That's why it's important for you girls out there to listen to your fathers. If you're privileged enough to have a father around you that can talk to you, you should be smart enough to talk to him so he can tell you, don't have no sorry ass man that'll end up in prison talking your ass into trying to sneak some contraband in there to him, so you end your ass up in prison too. You dumbass mothers out there who do everything you can to assist the white man in creating derelict children because you sit up and get pregnant by men and then turn into the Miss I'm independent, and then the only person that suffers is the child because she or he is not growing up with a rounded influence to lead it to greatness and to push it down the road with the most energy possible to be successful. And it's only because you have white men teaching you in their schools that the guy that helps you have a baby ain't shit to you. And then now you play games where you use that child as a freaking negotiating device. And if somebody don't be in compliance with your bullshit, you brainwash the children and destroy everything. So you make that child a good candidate to end up this guy right here or the girlfriend who he coerced into trying to sneak some shit into prison for his dumb ass. That's what happened when your child grows up stupid as hell. They can influence other people's children to be stupid as hell. So everybody should be serious about giving a child the best advantage of being intelligent as possible. That means you do not, because of your ignorance, push the intelligent father out the picture that should be having a freaking conversation with the children to help their asses develop some damn sense that they live in a world where everybody is trying to make them stupid as hell.
Officers and staff rehearse the proper steps in case of fire or natural disasters.
Turn around. Turn around.
Perhaps more importantly, the drill also reminds offenders that they can be moved.
So you can understand, our society is governed by people who know how much money it is in locking your children up, and that's the only thing they want to do. So do not be stupid as hell and think that you should push the father that's wise enough to help the children grow up to be responsible out of the picture because your head is disturbed because they fucked your ass up in those same school systems. This is where everybody's children are destined and set up by these corrupt ass people to end up at.
Yeah, there are a lot of secret communication going on.
No.
About 30 minutes into the drill, inmates are already restless. Even in handcuffs, inmates could injure an officer.
I think we got an issue here.
Officers step in and regain order.
If it's so dangerous, why do they have a lady there?
Inmates to their cells. They are ordered to line up when their number is called.
See, they lie to you. They are so relaxed about this, and they all know that this is a business. They know this is a corporation that are utilizing the people of the earth to extract money from the unsuspecting masses, and they're making large profits off of this. Every place there's a prison, you have a society around it that works in the prison and sustains themselves off of checks that they receive for working in the prison. So you got rich white people who decide they want to move somewhere and open up a new community. What do? They build a prison. And when they build a prison, say the prison is 200 miles from Los Angeles. What they do is they prey on the citizens of Los Angeles. The people that they say commit